Hello everyone, welcome again. Today I'm going to solve Slingshot room. It is a SOC level 2 room and there will be two parts for this room. Okay, so let's start. But before we start the solving questions, I have to talk about something. There are some key sentences in these paragraphs, so you have to read them carefully. First one of these sentence is it says here its e-commerce web server and potential modifications to its database. So there is some operations with database. And the second one is about our time. The logs record has to start from this time exactly. Okay, I'm talking about hours too. Okay, so open Elastic, come here, click on discover and you will see this interface. Okay, but you won't see the data records because you have to first set your time. It is July 26 and the time has to be like that. It has to start from 00. Okay, now updated, and now we have totally around 3000 records. So let's start solve our questions. What was the attacker's IP? To solve these questions, I used this information, potential modifications to its database. So if I find some logs about database, I can find attacker's IP addresses too, because attacker was here and he or she made some operations with database. So I'm simply searching here for database word, right? And now I have only one hit and it is about database. You can open this log from here and now you will see the database keyword. And after that, if you look at carefully, you will see some information here, which is remote address, blah blah blah. It is this IP address belongs to the attacker. Okay, but why does it belong to the attacker? Because I thought like that, but I didn't investigate it carefully. But according to my thoughts, it happened like that. Attacker pulled some data from the database, and the data were sent to this address. Okay, so here it says remote address because the data went to this address because of attacker. Okay, and it is attacker's IP address, and I've tried it and it was correct. So after this time we will use this information all the time because we are searching for operations which belongs to the attacker, right? So our logs have to be with this IP address, and now I have around 2.5 thousand records here. Let's move on with the second question. What was the first scanner that the attacker ran against the web server? As a hacker or as an attacker, first thing you should do is of course scan in a simple scenario, right? And it is also a simple scenario, so you can think it like that. At the first time of our attacks, we mostly create some scanning operations. So I have to search for the oldest records. To do that, you have to click on timestamp and select the sort alt new. And with this way, you will have the oldest records, which may be about how can I say scanning. But here I've already done it before, so it gave me the oldest newest ones. Now it is, as you can see, this time is before than the oldest one. Anyway, now I have the logs here, and if you investigate these logs you will find some information. First thing I do is looking at the message column here, message button, or let's say message area, it's better. And now I have no information about the scanner here, but when it comes to the second one, you will see here Nmap scripting engine, which is the answer of our second question. What was the first scanner that the attacker ran against the web server? And it is Nmap scripting engine. Okay, so let's move on with the third question. What was the user agent of the directory enumeration tool that the attacker used on the web server? Here the keywords are directory enumeration. How many directory enumerations tools do you know? I know about GoBuster, I know about VIRP, I know about VFuzz, I know about VFuzz, and I know about WordSuite. Okay, and there are some automation tools, of course, like Zap, Akunetics, or maybe Nikto. It's not doing it like that, but it still does that anyway. So I have to look at these informations and search for these logs. Okay, now still I'm doing how can I say, searching from logs. I've done it like that. Maybe there is some another way. If we think about it, of course we can find it. Maybe there are some easy query that we can write here and take the information about the scanner, sorry, about the directory enumeration tools. But let's do it manually. As you can see, our user agent is still Mozilla 5.1, but there is nothing about an directory enumeration tool. It's all about Nmap script engine. I think now it is still scanning. What is in here? Okay, still Nmap script engine. It is still still like that. Let's move on. I'm talking these milliseconds here, so I'm doing it now according to milliseconds. Okay, it's probably again how can I say, Nmap script. It is 139, the same millisecond. They are probably about Nmap scripting. Now I have found another one, and there is no user agent information here. Okay, so I can skip that. I can also skip that. Okay, and now it's great. I have found we found this user agent, Mozilla 5.0 GoBuster. What was this? Okay, and it is our answer. So we can think like that. After Nmap scanning, the attacker did the directory enumeration attack, right? And he or she did it with a GoBuster tool. That's great. In total, how many requested resources on the web server did the attacker fail to find? So now we have some Kibana query here. I will close it. And now, guys, it is really simple actually. Our main keyword is fail. So if you, let's show it how I did it before. When you come to the second page here, there are some response status, right? 200, but there are also 400, 404, or maybe even 302. But we know that 404 is about not found, right? So maybe it is about failing. I thought like that, and I simply wrote here response status is equal to 404 and click on enter. And now, as you can see, I have 1867 hits here, and it is our answer. They are failed. Okay, maybe they are failed while an directory enumeration attack was happening, or maybe they failed while an nmap scanning operation was happening. Okay, we don't know, but they are failed. We know that. What is the flag under the interesting directory the attacker found? Here, the main keyword is found. So if we found something, we have probably 200 response code, right? This time we have 200 response code, and when you do it like that, you will have totally this much of this. You will have around 200 logs, and actually you will, or I searched them by one by one. Here we have to find an interesting place to go, an interesting directory, and you can understand the directory from here, http URL, and it is our directory. We did it probably GoBuster. Yes, as you can see, we found this directory with GoBuster. So let's where am I now? Okay, let's I start a little bit earlier, but now I'm simply searching an interesting directory here. It is now checkout PHP. Maybe there is something another. We have index PHP, register PHP, and now, as you can see, we found our interesting file. It says a flag, which is our answer, and the time is actually, let's show it to you, because I found it manually. If you will try to find it by yourself, I want to help you, and the time for this log is this one. Okay, you can find it from here, and you can copy this flag and paste it here. So what login page did the attacker discover using the directory enumeration tool? Oh, by the way, the logs, there is response status 200 here, but you can add here the, how can I say, user agent 2. Okay, and if you add the user agent as GoBuster like that, let me show you. Sorry, request header user agent is Mozilla 50 GoBuster. If you do it like that, it will be easier to find this flag and this next question's answer also. But I know where the next question's answer is. It is just under these logs. After the flag, you will see the login page here, which is admin login PHP. Okay, and it says, the next question says, what login page did the attacker discover using the directory enumeration tool? And it is admin login php. Now the other question, what was the user agent of the brute force tool that the attacker used on the admin panel? So here keywords are brute force and admin panel. It says our location and it says the tool that we have to look at. Okay, and what brute force tools do you know? I know Hydra, I know John the Ripper, I know, what else I know? I know Sniper in Birdseed, and I know, okay, maybe that's all I know, no problem. If I need another one, I will simply use Google. Anyway, these are our criteria, and now close it. And to do that is now, guys, where was our target? The directory was admin panel, right? So I will add here, what was the, yes, it was HTTP URL. It is our directory, and I will add here admin login php. Click on enter. And now this query says there is some there is an IP address, and this IP address belongs to the attacker we discovered at the beginning of our journey. And our targets, our directory actually here is admin login php, but there are lots of records for this directory, so we can think like that there was a brute force operation to this directory, because the time interval is really not too much. It's really how can I say, so small. So we can think like that there was a brute force attack here, because the time interval is so small. So let's open one of our logs and try to search for a brute force tool. It will be written in the user agent again, and now as you can see we found one, and it is Hydra, and we know what Hydra can do, right? So we can say that it is a brute force tool, and the answer might be this user agent, and actually it is. Now last question for part 1. What username and password combination did the attacker use to gain access to the admin page? So there was a brute force admin page, and now we have to find what is the credentials. What are the credentials? Our IP address will stay here, and I know that actually the directory was admin login.php, and if you gave the credentials correctly, so you will have a 200 response code, right? So you can add it here to response status is 200. And I know that the user agent was for brute. The user agent for brute force was Hydra. Mozilla for I'm now checking. No, it's not written like that. User request headers. User agent. Sorry. Request headers. User agent, and it was Mozilla. Let's close it. It was Mozilla 4.0 and Hydra. And then I know that response status, oh of course I wrote it, that's great. And now I can search for the credentials, right? But now we don't have any. Maybe I made a mistake here. Yes, I forgot the and here. That's great. Now I have to have some information, but I don't, because I forgot a slash here. Now my directory is correct. Okay, I will find you. You can't escape from me. Response status is request headers. Is it request header? No, request headers. User agent. Let's delete it. So search again. So the incorrect typing was about user agent. So let's, okay, we have 2 hits. It's not too much, but I'm trying to find my mistake here. Request headers and user agent. So maybe it's about capital A, probably, yes. Mozilla 40 and Hydra, and that's all right. Yes, that it seems like that. Yes, now we have just 1 hit here. I've done it because maybe you will have more than logs here. Maybe you would have 100 or 1000 maybe. And that's why I'm trying to give all the details here to have the correct answer. Anyway, when you do it like that, and when you come to the message here, you will discover that it says authorization basic, and there is some base 64 encoded hash here, right? So we have to decode it. Right? To do that, let's copy it. Right? Let's copy it and go there. Base 64 decoder, and reject all. Okay, and agree. It's TryHackMe. Let's decode it here. And now, as you can see, it is our credentials, and first one is for user name, and the last one is for password, right? So you have to copy and paste it too. Okay, that was all for part 1. I hope I could help you. See you in the part 2, guys. Take care of yourselves, and goodbye.